Hi. Okay, here we go. Let's start modeling. This is fun. We're getting to the fun part. I'm so excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. And we've got the sphere tool, the sphere ball out here now. And we can click on these arrows and we can move it around and we can make it edible because we can't start modeling with it until we make it edible. And I'm going to select the dino and then I'm going to drag this window up on the right a little bit because I've been in the layer view, and I'm going to switch to attributes. And I'm going to right click actually so you can see the tab, and in the attributes window, because this dino I selected on the object, the sphere that we changed the name on, and then all of its attributes will pop up below here in the attributes manager. But my tabs are set to be on the right side, and I'm going to switch it for you so you can see it easier. So we right click on the top bar of the attributes box and go to tabs, top. And now you can see it. There we go. A little bit better. And this is layers where we can learn how to use that soon and organize our stuff. But here we have our attributes, and then we have these buttons right here in the black where we have the object, the basic, and this is where the coordinates are. So I think see in the P where the P and the X are, the position on the X is the red and the red arrow. And right there in the coordinates, we can see where it's at. I think if we go back and we set it to 0, and on the keyboard type in 0 and then hit enter, then we position the sphere back on in the center. And then on the y-axis is this yellow arrow. We're moving it up and down on the Y, and we see the numbers change over here in this little box right here on the position Y. And we can select that, and I think if we put that to 0. Okay, so now we have it centered, and I talked about that a little bit. It's good to have your model, that your character, or whatever you're building, as you're building it, to stay center position of our 3D universe out here. All right. So I wanted to turn my image, and I'm going to select the image plane placeholder. And over here on the left side of my menu bar where we have this little box, and I'm going to click model because I'm in polygon mode down here, polygons. And that's the mode you want to be in when you start editing. We'll be going back from polygon mode to model mode. And I'm going to click model, be in the model mode. And but one thing I want to do is, let's see, I want to turn my my image placeholder plane. So I'm going to click the image placeholder plane, and then I'm going to go up here to my rotate tool, or I'm going to click R on the keyboard, and then I'm going to turn it on the Z axis like this, because I want it to be like this for now. And I'm just going to turn it like this. and I think it's a little bit crooked. So I'm going to go to the cameras, and I'm going to go to front view, and then here I can hold my cursor over the rotate tool and turn it so it's straight. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and click cameras, perspective. I'm going to go back to the perspective view. And that straightened it out quite a bit. And we can also click on the image placeholder plane and look at selected in the object menu. And I'm going to fix the tabs so they're at the top so you can see. See, we're in objects. And select that. And then come down here, and I have coordinates selected. And then when we move stuff, we can see the numbers changing right here. So I'm going to edit and undo that. And we're rotating it on the Z axis here. And this is a good place to pay attention to when you're moving things around and trying to line things up nice and even. Okay, so now let's do one more thing. Let's come down here, and we're going to make a new texture. And we did that in the first lesson. So we first started create new material. So we're making a new material actually. This is the material ball and the material editor. If we double click on it, and then we drop the material balls onto objects, and then they pop up here. So if we take this material and we double click on it, and we click color, and we come up here and we select a color. Let's, I don't know, what color should we do? How about pink? There we go. For now, let's do pink. Pink, pink, pink. We can change it as we go, as many times as we want. It's so fun. And then we'll go ahead and minimize or close that box. And so we have our object selected in the object menu. The image, or the, sorry, excuse me. Now we have it selected. The Dino sphere. There we go. And I'm going to click on the material we made. Click and hold my mouse down and drag it up into this window. And drop it onto the sphere ball. And now, one of the things I want to clarify here is we dropped the material ball that has this editor in it when we double click on it. And I had this confused for quite some time that I'm going to try to explain to you. This pink material ball, and it was dropped onto here. And then when we put it on the Dino sphere, this tag popped in. This is the material tag. And it looks just like this guy, the material ball and the material editor. They are not the same. They are two separate objects. So this is a material tag up here in the object menu where the Dino sphere is that we made and renamed. And he has a tag, and you can double click on that, and it will bring you into this material. And then down here is the material editor. So as you can see, they both open up a little bit the same, and they have different editors, and it's easy to get them confused. But they are two separate function objects that kind of work together. So you can edit your material up here by clicking on it once, and then you have down in your attributes box, you have a bunch of editing functions. But this is the tag. Up here in the object manager, that is a material tag. And then down here in the material editor section where we make the material, this is the material editor. Okay, yay! We're doing so great, aren't we? We're learning, learning, learning. All right. See you in the next lesson.